And welcome back to the channel. My name is Tola. If you're new here, you are welcome. Please consider subscribing and remember to click on that bell notification icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is at least once every week. Here on this channel, I tell you about my life here in the UK, and I also talk about my job centered around healthcare. Alright, so today's video, we're just going to be making some comparisons between why I personally love working in the mental health care setting as opposed to working in a care home setting. Alright, so just a little background on this. Mental health work is basically working as a support healthcare assistant, or is basically support work. Alright, so let's get started. I'm not even going to bore you with too much ceremony. Let's just get into the very first point, which is that there is no personal care. Now, if you guys watched my video on why I left the care home, by the way, you guys, I cannot express how much gratitude I feel when I look at the numbers on that video. Now, if you have not watched the reason why I left the care home setting, I'll leave that screenshot here on the screen so you can go ahead and watch it after this video. And I'll also leave you a card somewhere up here so you can click on it and watch it later. Personal care, there's a lot of know-how to it. You have to be trained for it. You have to know the right way to move and handle. There are courses on that online. You can watch YouTube videos, but you really need someone like a physical training to be able to know the right way to do that. And I know this also varies from care home to care home. So this is something that, you know, it has to be done if you're going to do it the correct way. All right, so that's one thing I really love about support work. The patients in the care home setting have to be given some level of personal care because of the state that they are. It could be for dementia or just old age or things like that. I get to do more things that I want to do that I will get to later in the course of the video. But yes, the fact that I don't have to put on gloves and, you know, clean up and all of that, yeah, that's one thing I love about working in the support care system. And that is one thing I've heard that most people actually quite enjoy. And that's because, you know, if you've worked in a care home setting and you move over to support, you will know what I'm talking about. All right, so point 2 is you get to do more emotional support. And this is something that I really did not get to do in the care home setting. And that's because, you know, most of the activities and most of the tasks that were involved in the care home setting was cumbersome. It was physically draining, and you did not even get time to even really bond with the people that you're caring for, in the sense that, you know, you're just fixated on getting into that room, clean up or handle whatever situation it is that you're meeting, and move on to the next person. And this is usually you're kind of robotic about the way you do things. You don't really get to bond with the person that you're caring for. I didn't really get to connect with the patients that I was caring for in a care home setting like I am doing right now in the mental health setting. You get to talk to them, converse with them, get them to open up to you. You can also get to find out some other things that could be bothering them and could help them get better. You can get feedback as well. So yes, this is one thing that I truly enjoy about working in the mental health setting, because you get to know the people that you're working with. You can also have a relationship and get that time to bond and have that rapport with them. Yeah, so I really enjoy that aspect, like being there for them emotionally, because I also think that this is very instrumental to their healing process, and also, you know, just getting to pick their brain sort of, and, you know, just find out what you can do, and also to, you know, assess them and assess their state of mind as well, because, you know, once someone can explain or verbally communicate to you how they are feeling, what they are feeling, it does help you understand the situation a lot better, and it also gives you that relationship sort of for you to be able to communicate with this person and, actually take the information to the next step. All of these things that we do, either in the care home or in the mental health setting, they have to be documented. And I feel like in the care home setting, except you are the nurse in charge or you have some medical training or background, you cannot fully assess a person just based on what you see. There is some level of assessment that you can do when you just physically look at someone and all of that. But if this person is able to tell you that, oh, this is where I feel this pain, or I feel like if this was changed or this was adjusted, I might be able to, cooperate better or feel a lot better or recover quickly. Yeah, so it's kind of what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the second point. I get to connect with my patients on a more emotional level than I did in the care. All right, so for the first point, I said no personal care. And obviously, when there's no personal care, this job is less physically draining. Yeah, so that's the third point. The job is, for me, the job is less physically draining. Like, I can go to work and even do a longer hour shift, because I told you in the care home, I used to do a 12-hour shift. But here where I work now, I do a 12-hour, 30-minute shift. I can finish a shift and still come home and play. I can still come home and dance and gist and just be awake and physically active for a while before I eventually go down and rest and all that. So, yeah, it's less physically exerting for me. So that's one thing I really enjoy about working in the mental health setting. Although you get to walk around and do a lot of walking, like physical walking from one place to another, for me, I still find it a lot. I enjoy it. All right, so for the next point on why I love working in the mental health setting as opposed to the care home setting, is that it helps to improve your communication skills. Now, it's something I touched on when I talked about being there emotionally for your patients. You are more comfortable around people. You get to know how best to approach someone, when to approach, when not to approach. I feel like people are different, and once you're able to interact with different people on different bases, like that's a plus to you. Like, you can literally fit in any setting. With regards to, approaching people and being relatable, starting up the conversation, things like that. So yeah, I feel like it does help to build your people skills, which is a very important life skill, I believe. Once you're able to manage people well and, engage people well, it is a plus on you. It's a plus for you, really. That's how I see it. I feel like it's a very important quality to have, and even not just in the care home setting, like as a life skill. Yeah, you need people skills, and I feel like I get that more with this job. The next point is very much like the last point I just talked about. Support work / mental health work helps you improve your communication skills as well. And I'm not just saying that because I'm working here in the UK. I'm saying that because for someone who's an introvert and you find yourself in this type of setting, it helps you know what to say. Great conversation starters, like talking about the weather or complimenting them. It could be they just had their hair done or their nails done, or it just has to do with something that, as you've seen, like an improvement with their health as opposed to the previous day. Communication skills, I feel like you get to talk more and interact with your patients, and this is something that you can build on as time progresses. I've seen a difference with how I start up conversations with people just based off of the few months that I've been working there. When you work with someone on the floor that has been doing this job for years and years, you see how easy it is for them to strike up a conversation with a random person and carry and hold that conversation and just get to assess someone's mental state. You almost feel like a psychic, kind of. So I feel like communication skills are a lot better. Like, you improve on that a lot better, as opposed to the care home where things are a little more robotic and feel you just have to carry on with the activities of the day. Sometimes I don't even feel like talking at all. I just want to get in there, clean up and do whatever I have to do and get out. Like, I feel like I can communicate and talk to someone, get them to open up, you know, talk about things. There are also things that we do as mental health care assistants, and it's called talk down or positive words. You know, so after there's been an incident, or maybe someone has been verbally agitated, or there's been an episode and someone's just lashed out or kicked off, in the sense that, you know, they've just been really heightened. There's a way that, you know, if you work with people who've been working in that setting for years and years, if you see the way they just calm people down with words, it's almost very magical. Like, you can see someone who's really agitated, and then someone who's had experience with calm down methods and talk down and positive words comes in the room and just starts talking to this person, and you can literally see this person who was agitated only a few minutes ago start to calm down and open up and talk, and it's like a distraction from what they were a few minutes ago. So and I feel like it's something that I want to be able to do that. Like, I'm getting there, but I mean, it's something that I've seen, and I would really like to be able to calm someone down and, you know, talk to them, reassure them that they're in a safe space, you know, let them know that, you know, we are here for them, they're getting better, everybody's working towards perfection and things like that, you know. So yeah, I really love that, you know, your communication skills can be that impactful on someone. Yeah, I want that. Also, in the mental health setting, this is another point. I feel like time goes by a lot quicker. So I've told you before in some of my vlogs that I work the day and the night shift right now, as opposed to when I was working in a care home where I was doing strictly nights. I feel like for both the day shifts and night shifts, time goes by quickly, like really quickly. And that's because, you know, I've said this, I don't know if this is how it is in all other mental health settings. Once you get on the ward, you get an allocation sheet telling you what you're going to be doing for the next 11 hours, 30 minutes. And I know I said I work for 12 hours, 30 minutes, but you get 1 hour break. So for the next 11 hours, 30 minutes, there is a structure. There is a time stamp for everything that you're going to be doing from the start of the shift up until the end of the shift. And so yes, I feel like time goes by a lot quicker, because once there's structure and you're following them, the hours just go by as quickly as possible. I mean, I feel like the hours just go by like in a breeze. Like, it really goes by really quickly, and you get to be able to finish up on that day and move on to the next. All right, so the last and final point is that I feel like the money is better. Prior to going into support work, I've heard that support workers make a lot more than healthcare assistants, like more people working in the care home. And I've experienced it myself, because I feel like most people that I talk to, even agency staff, they tell me that, you know, when they work in a care home as opposed to when they work in a support setting or a mental health setting, the money is a lot better. Even if it's just a few pounds difference or a few pence difference, the money is better, and I feel like it's a great incentive for people to, you know, migrate or move into that, or even consider that when they're looking to change from whatever aspects of care. All right, so I know that all of the things I've said are the things that I love about working in the mental health setting. However, there are some things that I do not like about working in the mental health setting, and there are only a few, so there's no point making a separate video about that. All right, so the first thing that I do not like about working in a mental health care setting is the fact that you need a lot of emotional stamina and maturity to be able to do this job. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because you are dealing with mentally ill patients, and they tend to lash out, kick off, and you'll be verbally and physically aggressive with you. And if you are not emotionally strong, I've seen people cry on this job, and I'm not even joking. I've seen people break down after dealing with a particular patient. I've been close to tears myself with particular patients, and this is just a few months in. So you need a lot of physical stamina and maturity to be able to last in this job, because it is draining emotionally. And I don't say this to scare anybody, but that's the reality of this job. Okay, and this is just a bonus to the things that I love about the job, is the fact that we do not wear uniforms. I love it. I love the fact that I'm not confined to one particular uniform, and yeah, I just love it. The fact that there's liberty to wear your own clothes. That is all of the points that I have for this video today. If you have further questions, do well to leave them in the comment section. I will be there to respond to the best of my abilities. Do well to like this video and give it a huge thumbs up. It does a lot to help my analytics and also get other people to see this video. If you found anything of value in it and you are not yet subscribed, remember, the Lord is watching you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.